No.
Let's get
We
the
are.
music pumping. Let's get some music pumping. Pump it now.
Okay.
Let's go now.
Doug, it's Wednesday and it's almost 8 o'clock. Are you ready to go live?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got my pants on
New shot,
tight,
new
and
camera
my
angle.
shoes on tight, and my
And
shirt
round tight.
and my gloves on tight, my
Hands
hands
on
on
tight.
tight, and my eyes on tight, and my arms on tight,
And my legs on tight.
I got my pants on tight, and my shirt
Yeah.
on tight, and my hat on tight, and my gloves on tight.
Yeah.
I got my skin on really, really tight, and I'm ready
Yeah.
to go live tonight. Let's go live.
Yeah.
Let's go live.
Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock. Let's go live right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Welcome to Skeleton Realm Live, episode 51. It's Wednesday, April 12th, 2023. Boom. Easy. I did it.
Nice.
I
You did
finally
that?
did it. I finally did it.
I didn't know you
I finally did it.
tried to do that
I
in the
try
past.
every week, and I always fail, but I finally got it that week. Guys, it's 8 p.m., so welcome to Skeleton Realm Live. Something big for tonight. We're streaming on the TikTok app. Can you guys believe that? We're on the... Can you guys believe that?
We'll talk about that
You,
later. Huh?
Can you guys believe that?
Yes.
Okay, we're on the TikTok app. So how exciting is that? Some of the familiar faces, everybody that we know and love. I've got the camo swag on, but guys, just right off the bat before we get going, it's not stolen valor because I'm not impersonating a troop, and I'm not saying that I served in the U.S. military or any military service of any nation for that matter. And so this is not stolen valor. But guys, what else you can buy this in the shop, but what else are we looking on the table here that could also be in the shop? Yeah, soda tubes, guys. So, cheers.
Cheers.
So we've got these Skeleton Realm soda tubes. You can buy these in the shop. Guys,
Cheers.
I poured my soda into this, I would say, well, I put the ice in about an hour and a half ago, okay? I come back. The ice is totally frozen solid. There's no liquid.
It gets colder?
It gets colder. It actually gets colder than ice. I put my soda in right before the show, and guys, ice cold. We'll test it again. Ice cold, phenomenal. So grab that in the shop. What a great deal. You can drink that. We got a super chat all right off the bat from Tyler Jones. Skeleton Realm soda tube.
Wow. I can't wait to see it pop up on the screen. And boy, are we live on TikTok. But we're going to get to that later. We're going to talk about TikTok later.
Yes.
And we
we
are
will.
going to pull it up on my phone here so I can look at it too.
And
But
I've got
boy,
the TikTok feed, so I'm seeing Rage is Law. Hell yeah. Groby O'Neill. Hey, Gromble here. Rage is Law. Oh, hi. Bill 999. Kiss, please. Bill 9999. Kiss each other. So we've got
Nice.
some cool comments on TikTok. But right at the bat, guys, I will say it is a Back to the Basics show. We had so much fun last week doing our school, Bishop Academy school episode, special of 1050. What a blast we had. Thanks for everybody who tuned into that and made that such a
Indeed.
memorable night.
No more teachers' dirty looks because,
That's right.
unfortunately, tonight Dana's on
right.
a remote location. Do you know where she is? Where is she?
Dana's at home in a remote location. She couldn't make it tonight, but that's okay because we've got somebody else here with us tonight, guys. We've got Big Ref. Big Ref is with us tonight, and a little birdie told me there's a little bit of drama and a little bit of beef between Dana and Big Ref. We don't really want to get into that right now. But Big Ref has been sort of vying to moderate the chat, and we haven't propped him up at the chat mod table. We put him on the spinner where you can get a good view of everything and just kind of check it out and just kind of enjoy it. But Big Ref, you won't be moderating tonight. I know you really wanted to moderate, but you won't be tonight. So Dana at home, don't worry, Big Ref's not going to be moderating. He's going to be hanging out on the spinner. But the Big Ref's not the only guest we've got tonight. We've got an incredible cast of guests tonight. That is just out of this world. And our first guest tonight is Shat Pants Steamer, Barnyard Franklin, filling up those britches, filling up those baby blue overalls with steaming piles of shat, which is fecal matter. And we had to be careful with our cursing because
TikTok's here.
the curse bot is off.
Oh yeah, let's turn curse bot
TikTok's
back
here,
on.
have to be careful about our cursing, but Barnyard Franklin's going to be here to talk about some of the stains that running down his leg, out of his pant. After that, we've got Tracy Dumore. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
After that, we've got Tracy Dumore, the Dumore coach. Guys, are you having a problem getting the work done? Dumore. Do more. Tracy will come by and help you with that. Who's after that?
After that is rule breakers, and that's a little bit, first off, a finger wag from Doug.
Wag of the
but that's just not a good time. First off, we're going live for the first time on TikTok, and
That's
also
right.
we have a ref, a man who's all about the rules,
Yeah.
and I like his style.
So if you're breaking a rule tonight, you'd be hard-pressed to get away with it because we do have Big Ref, and he's going to give you, I don't know, I don't want to say if it's TikTok we can't curse and we can't be nasty, but Big Ref might be giving you a spanking. Look at those red fingers. After that, we've got Lazy Marcher. You guys have seen a traditional holiday parade, lots of marchers, marching band swagger. We've got the Lazy Marcher. He's coined a signature new marching style, and it's lazy, it's swagged out, and it's pretty cool. It's not the traditional type of march you might see a soldier who's real pumped up for battle be doing, but it's the style of a lazy, cool, laid-back guy, postures laid back with a marching style, and he does wear a marching band uniform, but he has a lazy march. Who's after that?
After that is the Taster. The Taster.
Oh my God, the Taster's here. Guys, the Taster. I know there's been a lot of Tasters coming out now, and a lot of people don't realize the original Taster's here in Atlanta. The Taster. We're talking about the Taster, the guy who set the bar so high when he tasted all those chicken wings back in the day, and he gave us the definitive taste. And we said, okay, fine, we love it. We love that taste. Thank you, Taster. And so Taster told me before the show he's going to be coming on tonight and letting us know about some of the new flavors. And it's up to him, guys. We know that. It's up to the Taster to let us know if the flavors are going to be good, bad, or somewhere in between. After that, we've got Comer's Cafe head chef Busted Mango Man. Now, Comer's Cafe, you guys heard of a 50s diner? If you like a 50s diner, you love Comer's Cafe. We're talking about a slick back look, leather jackets, the works, greased back hair, slick back with a comb. Comer's Cafe and the head chef, Busted Mango Man's gonna be here. Oh my God, that's gonna be incredible. Are you eyeing that TikTok chat? What's going on in your head?
Well, I just saw someone say, is this really live? And yeah, it is really live.
Yeah, it's live. Who said that? Who said that? Schmungus Among Us. It is. Is this really live? Yeah.
That name, is that familiar to you?
It's from a classic, popular, topical meme. Now, I wouldn't expect anything less from the TikTokers coming on and bringing some of those memes that we love, and we love that one particularly. A funny meme that we really
We're
do
also
love.
getting some. We're also getting some. Here, let's check this out. We're also getting some. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Inter-app.
Well, don't show your credit cards. You're showing your credit cards.
Oh, oops.
Oh my! Someone's gonna scan
No
that,
big deal.
enhance that.
What are they going to do?
Interactive, yeah, guys. If you want to be interactive, that's cool too. I've said before the show, Sam said, I said we're going to be going live on TikTok, and Sam said, there's a lot of interaction there. There's a lot of interaction. People
It's
interact.
key engagement.
And he said it like a bad thing. I said, dude, that's awesome. He said, I don't know. I said, trust me, we'll go live, and when you get interactive like that, I'm trying to knock some of the YouTube chat. There's a lot of interaction there too, but guys, we're getting so much interaction. Some of that interactive play, some of that SEO optimization. We talked about SEO this week. Some of that SEO optimization going on with TikTok and YouTube. When they come together like that, guys, there's a lot of interaction because we're getting diamonds, we're getting roses, we're getting supers and quadrupers.
Oh my God.
And all up in space with stars.
It says
blasting.
live
I'm
now with
loving all of that.
Genshin
With
Impact.
hearts.
I keep getting pop-ups says, reach for the stars, go live with Genshin Impact. That's pretty exciting.
It is. Trains, please interact with me. Go out. Sorry. Go on.
Oh, that's good enough for me. But we're in trouble. Because who's after that?
Yeah, the one who shan't be named. So after that, we've got a lot of great guests lined up at the beginning, but towards the middle of the show, yeah, we're going to have the one who shan't be named. Again, back in the day, I think I started the ball rolling with these kind of guests when we brought on the Ford F-150 denier. I said, we're going to bring on a Ford F-150 denier, and I got a lot of flack for that. And I might get flack for this too, but guys, like I've said, we like to bring people with different opinions because we branch out different parts of the internet. And so we're going to bring the one who shan't be named on. He or she is going to come on and let us know what it's all about. After that, we've got Listed Rich. Ever seen a list online?
Yes.
You can thank Listed Rich. And that Rich isn't just a name. I don't think his birth name was Richard.
Then what is it?
I don't know. It's something
If it's
else.
not a name, what is it?
I'm telling you, brother. They call him Rich because he's made every list under the sun, so he's rich.
He's rich.
He's a wealthy.
He's list.
After that, we've got a large tornado. Yikes. After that, we've got the Frisbee vendors. You ever been to the park, play Ultimate Frisbee?
They bend them?
The vendor comes into the game, poses as a nice, friendly neighbor, a friend, a lot of times wearing the part, wearing a jock strap, with gym shorts and hiked up socks. He just looks like a regular guy. Neighbor, he says, hey, what's going on? My name's Tom. I live down the road. I saw you guys at the park. I want to play Ultimate Frisbee with you. And you say, sure. I've never seen you around here, but hey, welcome to the neighborhood. And you start playing. He grabs that Frisbee first chance he gets, bends it, breaks it, and he's nowhere to be found again. And that's happened to me over 100 times just this spring season. So since late March. So I've had this happen 100 times in 1 week. So if we do the math, can any Realmers do math? 100 divided by 7. How many times a day has the Frisbee bender ruined my UF game?
It's not a round number, I'll tell you that. Speaking of Frisbees, next after that is Cartoon Masters. Now, who's that? Tell me.
The Cartoon Masters, this is an elite group of individuals who decide the cartoons that are made, and they write all the cartoons. And I don't know if you knew that. We could talk about Simpson, Family Guy, King of Hill. Who else? Looney Tunes and Mickey Mouse.
Oh, real monsters.
Same group, and these are the Cartoon Masters. They do it the best. Futurama.
Yes.
They did that one too. So we're gonna have the Cartoon Masters on, and I, a little birdie, told
What?
we might be getting a cartoon.
No way!
Skeleton Realm cartoon animated series where it's all the Simpson, but each character is one of our characters, but it's all the Simpsons too.
We've pitched over 600 cartoons and failed.
I know, it's
Who's
hard.
after that?
After that, we've got the Smell Me Band, and that is a band that performs very, I would say, in a subpar fashion. Music isn't too tight. Band's not tight. When you see a great band, you might call them tight.
Yeah.
Drummer and bass player are tight. Ending right, tight. Man, that band was tight. When you hear people say, man, that band was tight. Nobody would say that about the Smell Me Band. What they would say is, instead of saying, hey man, that band's tight, at the end of that show, you know what they'd say?
No.
Man, that band don't smell right. Because they're putting off a smell, and a lot of people don't realize. They go, oh my God, stinky. They leave, they go, that band stunk. Quite literally, they stunk. But that's the whole point. It's a performance art, and so they get one over.
So they're
on
often misunderstood.
They're misunderstood, and I love the Smell Me Band. Who's after that?
Opulent servants are after that.
Guys, you've heard of an opulent, rich individual with a servant in their house, maybe a butler or a housemaid. You've heard of that way.
Yes.
But these are opulent servants, so they work for free. In fact, they pay the people they work for, and they go to a not as nice area of town, people that don't have a lot of money, and they are decked out wearing brand new Gucci swag, Gucci Italian leather, pointy. They wear those really pointy Italian shoes, almost like a Mexican pointy boot. And they come to a very impoverished area, and they do work for free, and the dishes, laundry, that sort of thing. So an opulent servant. I thought it was cool. They turned the tables. And I asked, we might have a question for you, because I tried to get to the bottom of this. How do you make money on that? And they apparently it's one of the most profitable businesses in recent times. I mean, they're about to go public. They got an IPO that was worth $100 trillion. Just kidding. I don't know. But
well, that's the surprising thing about ventures related to capital is that if you flip the script, you're usually going to surprise people, and they'll give you money to go nuts with it. Who's after that?
Well, first of all, I want to say Fanta Company for the Super Chat on YouTube. Does Big Ref want some free Fanta merch?
Let's ask Big Ref.
I don't know. Maybe you could talk to Big Ref separately. Now, one of the things, that Fanta, that brings up a good point here, which is, an avenue of discussion. Guys, we're not messing with the brands, okay? We don't do brands. If you want to be a brand on the show, you got to come to us and we'll put you on the show, and that costs money. But guys, from now on, me and my soda tube are feeling great, and I'm just using my soda tube, and there is a branded, let's just say this. There is a branded soda in there.
Well, it is branded because
it is not a
these are on the store. We failed to mention these are on the store right now, aren't they? And
absolutely.
And each one is this is how they're made.
Right.
This is the seal of approval right here. And each one is made in-house. We forge these, and these are metal straws that we make in-house. Isn't that right, Doug?
Yes. We forge them with flames and fire like a blacksmith of days of yore. After the opulent servants, we've got the sweat crew. They're going to make you sweat. They're going to make you feel terrible while doing that. After that, we've got question maker Jason Maynor. So if you've ever wondered where the questions come from, maybe you're taking a quiz, or maybe somebody asks you a question on the street. They say, how do I get downtown? You say that way. You know who made that question? What's the question maker? After that, we've got nostril hole specialist Dr. Noss.
Oh.
The nostril was named after Dr. Noss. After that, the best salad in the Southeast.
Nice.
And I'm curious, is it a Caesar? Is it a Cobb? What do you think?
I'm going to call it Caesar. Easy, hands down. Easy, Caesar. You know what I just saw in the chat?
Yeah.
It says, in the TikTok chat, it says, some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. So that's fun.
Cool.
TikTok, and that's from TikTok itself. So TikTok is watching itself. Please, who's after that?
Guys, we don't want to neglect some of the great realmers here on the YouTube, but
well, they're multi-screening.
I've got so much in front. I'm seeing so many chats. It's like I'm in a tech zone, and I'm.
But I'd like
I feel robotic.
Any good realmer. We have over 20 viewers right now on TikTok alone, and many more, thousands and millions on the other platforms. But the good thing to remember, Doug.
Yes.
Is that realmers double screen and sometimes triple screen.
Gosh, that's true.
We saw a photograph of a proud realmer and his roommate quadruple screening the other day, and that was just fascinating. But
that's
anyway,
right, and
we're live.
That's not a bad idea to have all your devices. If you have a laptop, a television, a smartphone, just pull it up on all of those, and then that'll be a view. So we can get more views. Just do that. Why don't you just do that for us? After that, after the salad, we have Tweaked Machinery Specialist 29 Damien. The Tweaked Machinery Specialist. After that, we've got President John. This is huge. Okay, well, I shouldn't have said. Guys, President John Smith, the President of the United States of America, is going to be on. President John is going to be here tonight. The current President John Smith. How crazy is that? We got the president, guys. So we don't have a whole lot of viewers. We don't have a whole lot of followers, but we got the president. That shows you what you can do if you're really good at emailing and you're really good at talking with PR people, which I am good at doing. And we got the president. And
never be afraid to reach out. That's all.
That's right. So who's after that? This is big too.
Okay. Well, after that, it's two peas in a pod. Vice President John Smithman, Vice President of the United States
of the United States of America, John Smithman, and the President John Smith are going to be on talking policy, talking some of the recent controversy, talking economy, talking everything, talking war, talking weather.
Who's after that?
Brock Morton says, I love Fanta! Doug Loves Dog says, what is this? Doug Loves Dog says, is this real?
Who's after that?
Can you just let me enjoy my dancing? Sorry. All right, after that, guys, we've got a new best friend who's actually a terrible enemy and wants to kill us. And I actually didn't put that together. I don't think that's Big Ref. But we'll see who that is. Maybe you guys can identify that person.
This guy look like he'd cross you in a bad way?
I'm seeing Sedge in every chat. Sedge went from TikTok. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool.
That's good.
Sedge. Now this is proof. I'm reading all of them. Okay, and Sedge can vouch. Sedge was on TikTok, then Sedge went to YouTube, then Sedge is now on Twitch. Because we're also on Twitch. We're on everything. How do they do that? How can they do everything? Because we're tech guys and we know how to do the technology. And we're very, very skilled at that. And that's just funny.
What's that?
Feels like burnt toast. I don't know. Maybe it's on fire.
You're having.
I'm getting sweaty. It's finally the weather's getting hot. Okay, our final guest is Big Ref. I already said that. Fuck.
Okay.
Curse word detected.
So we wanted to. Now that we got our fucking guests out of the way.
Curse word detected.
Whoa, that's loud. What we wanted to do. And I know I asked you to dial up my monitors before.
Well, I can turn Curse Bot down.
Oh, look at this cliche username. Thank you.
Wow.
We've got these incredible clapping
Twitch.
emojis.
Anytime you say the word Twitch.
Everybody goes to Twitch. Okay, but what I wanted to do is plug another piece of merch here that's very special. This is the Skeleton Rock 50 album, and look, I've got a copy right here.
Oh my God.
These are available in the shop now. This is a CD. Look at this. I opened this one because this is Sam's copy, and we opened the plastic wrap, but they do come with plastic on them, brand spanking new out of the factory. But guys, guess what? The budget's low here, right? Right? So we had 20 made. We only have 20 of these. So you can buy one of 20, and these are going to sell out quick. Somebody already bought one. I've got one. Sam's got one. So we're down to what, 17 now?
Yeah.
Somebody bought one as soon as I put that product up.
Before we announce. This is the announcement.
I'm mailing that one out tomorrow. What does that super chat say?
I know, it disappeared.
Trash Image, the only brand I care about is Skeleton Round, baby. There was another one, too, that I missed. Sorry if I missed it.
Look at that. A new follower named Ballsack420. Thank you, Ballsack420.
Millennial Movie Club says SRL on TikTok. Are you freaking kidding me?
No.
I'm not kidding
we're
you,
not.
Millennial.
We're live, for heck's sake.
Millennial. Okay, we're epic millennials, and so we do love that. Let's get some pumped up music. Now, if you were here 20 minutes ago, you knew something was off when you saw the clock strike to be 8:01 and we weren't live. Now, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. We were 1 minute late. That's so loud. We were 1 minute late. And I'm sorry because we rushed into the studio today because we had to do a boatload of errands. And we had to run all around town and get a bunch of stuff for the show tonight. We had to get the soda. We had to get all sorts of preparations done. This, that, and the other, as we like to say here in the realm. And the reason it took us so long to do our errands today, I mean, we got up at what, 6 a.m.?
Yeah.
5 a.m.? And we went straight to the store.
Stores.
We had to go to a different store every hour.
The reason being?
Because it went down today.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what was in the air, what was in the water, what was in the food sources. I don't know what was in the ether, what was on the internet, but people were PO'd.
Yes.
Word detected.
It was good. It was just fever. It was fever.
It was, excuse me?
It was fever.
I can't even hear you with that music.
Your monitors are too loud.
I know, turn them down. I'm sorry, I asked you to have them louder, and now I want them more quiet.
Oh, Mr. 3 o'clock. Now
Okay,
he's
great.
Mr. 1 o'clock.
So it was fever, like Sam said so eloquently put. So we right off the bat, we need to get our soda this morning, so we went to Publix. And it went down at Publix. It went down in the
Look
Publix.
at this.
Well, we got photos too. Okay, I don't even know what to say about this. As soon as we walked in, it went down. It went nuts. What was your experience like with that?
Oh, it's just the screaming. You kind of get a sense, as a human being, you kind of get a sense of commotion and violence, especially impending. It's called dread, I think they call
Yeah,
it.
something
And that's
like
what
that.
we got. So we walked in. Doug snapped the photo on the left. I snapped the photo on the right.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. They call this a checkout line, but it was called more like a clock out line.
Yeah, because, okay, I was going to say what caught my attention first. I walked in the door, right?
Yes.
And I would usually make a beeline for the pub sub, the deli.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to go get a soda, but right in this area where the checkout was, I heard what sounded like a 400 to 500 pound man. His body, boom.
Boom.
With his head, a boom. And it's hard to describe when you hear that, like a body that big just boom on the ground and his head. I heard it bounce on that classic Publix, which I love. I love the floors at Publix.
Oh, they're some of the best.
Some of that sort of sparkles.
Yes,
love
it's
the shopping experience.
Sparkled linoleum.
But his head went down and boom, bounced, and I heard it and I felt it through the floor. I looked over and 20 people come running in, all employed. It was insane. So it went down.
And that was the tip of the iceberg, but you and I got the hell out of there.
We got out of there. We said, okay, they're not going to be doing our shopping there. And where did we go?
Well, after that, we went to Walmart.
And it went down there, too.
Look at this
So the
one.
second we got in there, same sort of thing, but this time, music was blasting.
Yeah, I think
Like
this
they
one
had
started off. Yeah, exactly. This started off as some kind of camaraderie dance
It
challenge.
was like we
but it
are
quickly
Walmart.
descended into utter violence. Right?
I got a super chat from Connor McLaren. It went down, and we were feverishly down. So this was crazy. I thought this was planned because the music was still going while it was going down. And at Walmart, let's be fair, when it went down there, there's like 10 times more people.
Right.
Because not just the employees, but the customers, everybody joined in, the security, everything. And that music was pumping, and it was so positive that it was almost jarring to see the fight with that positive classic
Exactly,
Walmart
but you can
music.
tell the music's playing and the pitch might be on rhythm. We are Walmart.
Yeah.
But you can tell by the inflection it goes, we are Walmart. And if you can tell there's a panic by a melody.
Panicked screams is the best way
Yeah.
that I could describe
We are
some of that
Walmart!
noise.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, we did a 180 and went right out the back, and we went somewhere where we thought it might be a little nicer.
Yeah, naturally.
Target. And it went down there too. And I thought, okay, at this point, somebody's pranking us. It's going down everywhere today.
Yeah.
This is when I started to think something's in the air. Now, I was wearing this shirt when I walked in.
Yeah.
So I got caught up in this one really quick. Some of the ladies that were involved in this, I took that picture right when I took it. They saw me kind of, because I wouldn't say I was laughing, but I wasn't upset. I was just kind of, they made my face like this. And I wasn't like laughing. I was shocked, but I'm like, okay, cut me some slack. I was a little desensitized to it by this point. This is the third, event that I had seen.
You could appreciate
but
the
they saw the
nuances.
red shirt. I think that clued them off. They thought, oh, it's an employee, because they don't know. And then
it was a Toro situation.
Right, and they saw me filming it, and they went straight for me, tackled me to the ground, and I busted my skull really quick, and you were there to catch me and drag me out.
We got the hell out of Target, and we went straight to
Best Buy, and it went down so hard here. Now, the thing about Best Buy was, to me, was how just violent. Now, they were all pretty violent, but Best Buy, these guys seemed like they were like soldiers, not stolen valor. Not stolen valor on their part.
Exactly, and this was not. I think the Geek Squad's been defunct, but
no more geeks.
The squad. The squad is a military term, and it still applies to them because they have the stuff. They were out for blood.
The punches look like some of the guys look like they were trained. They were like trained UFC style. Some of the other places, it was kind of almost comical because they couldn't really get to each other. At Best Buy, they were landing and they were like getting knocked out.
Yeah, they were doing holds. They were doing
blood.
Yeah.
Blood. There was more red at Best Buy than Target.
It was best blood.
So we got out of there pretty quick, and where'd we go? But Kroger. So we said, let's go back to Kroger and back to the grocery store so we can get some soda. Finally, get something to drink. We're thirsty. It went down there. This was almost fully security. So what got me about this was usually security comes in to break up the fight. Security was having an internal struggle at Kroger with the management because I saw no aprons and I saw no employee. I saw all white collars like that, and see the guy in the back with the gray. He's a security.
Yeah.
It was all security.
Well, that looks like the guy.
And see the woman on the left with the lanyard. She was an employee, but she was coming in to break up the fight. So we had security going at it, knocking over the entire floral display. Go on. What?
Oh, and just in the police, the local sheriff arrived, county sheriff, shortly after, and it went down with.
And then it went down, and there were some arrests at that one. I think that there were some felony convictions from that.
I would hope so. It was terrifying.
So finally, we said if we're not going to be able to get anything, let's go to Home Depot at least to get some construction gear. And this was probably the most disturbing of all because I don't know if you guys realize Home Depot is full of what you could consider weapons. I mean, I'm talking a 2x4 becomes a weapon. If you're at Kroger or Publix, what are you going to grab? Some potato salad and slap it on somebody? That might hurt. Now that might hurt. Now that might hurt. Now that might hurt. Maybe they get you that in your eyes. Maybe you get some hot sauce and spray like a pepper spray swagger. But at Home Depot, guys, we've got chains. We've got big things of wood. We've got lawnmower blades. So this got ugly really quick, and I think we got out in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Because I don't even want to know what happened at the end of this one. And again, this was mostly employees, but the security got involved there. This was right at the breakout of the fight. So
this one was extra bone-chilling because the Home Depots are just extra large, and the smell and acoustics of a Home Depot is instantly recognizable. But when that big cavernous space is filled with the grunts and screams of violence, it's not as welcoming as planks. Yeah.
Not as fun. Not as fun when that happens.
Yeah.
Not as fun.
No.
So luckily, by about that time, we got back to the studio and now we're here. So we actually didn't get any shopping done, but we had some sodas left over in the back. Cheers. Oh, he's drinking out of a difference.
I ran out.
Oh my God.
I had to get my backup soda.
Ryan Sanders says, Doug is like a living YouTube poop. Okay, we'll take that as a compliment. How's the TikTok
Living
chat
poop.
doing? Franz J. Stan, another Todd. I eat babies 12065. Have me on your show.
There I do see couch.
Well, there you were just on. I just read your comment. You were on.
That's
Congrats. True. Rage is law. This seems real.
It is real.
Mr. Tim Ott. Mr. Tim Ott. Best Buy Warriors.
Okay. We're live on TikTok now.
It's hot. Okay, so we've talked about this a lot.
We are live on TikTok
And I
now.
feel like at this point we're beating a dead horse, but let's just let everybody know again.
Across the board.
We're going to say it over and over. So let's throw it up, brother.
Okay. Well, guess what? We're live
on TikTok. So what we do is we like to talk about, when we talk about the TikTok system, we say play, follow, stream, like, music, subscribe, online, live. So we say that over and over and over before we go on TikTok. And actually, I mean, we've been on TikTok for a while just posting clips of the show. The show, has lived on YouTube. We weren't able to go live. They allow you to go live after you get a certain amount of subscribers because they don't trust you, but now they trust us. And so hopefully we don't ruin their trust. But every time we post a TikTok, even if it's just a regular TikTok video, we say that over. We say play, follow, stream, like, music, subscribe, online, live.
It's mantra-like. So.
Live. and then we post it, and that's some of the success we've had on TikTok. You know, I think the video that got the 12 million views, we said that about almost 12 million times. So it's almost like the more that you say that mantra, the more views you get. So any TikTokers out there, if you need some more virality on TikTok, read that out before you make a post.
Play, follow, stream, like, music, subscribe, online, live.
So don't forget that. But guys, yeah, we are live on TikTok. We wanted to let it be known. If you have a TikTok account, that's great. If you don't, just stay on YouTube. We're also live on Twitch, but we don't. Twitch is a tough one. No one really seems to care there.
No one's too crushed for that, but we do have one viewer. As always, we have one Twitch viewer, so that's nice. It might be Dana.
Could be. Okay, but since we are live on TikTok, we wanted to talk about something now. We all know that all these different apps and services and websites have different policies. Of course, they have different algorithms, but they also have different rules for censoring certain types of content. And so we weren't notified by TikTok that the content might be censored and some topics were off limits, but they were pretty vague about it. So we looked at some of their content guidelines to make sure that we would be following the rules, because we have had content on TikTok removed before. And
only
it has
a couple
confused us.
times.
Only a couple times, and we're fine. We're in the clear. We have a clean record now, but it's kind of confused us, and we just want to, guys, if TikTok's listening, we just want to be good for you. We just want to serve you and be good for you, and we want to make sure that you don't ban the account and that we're good for you, and we just do whatever it takes. We're not trying to be bad boys. We don't want to be bad boys. We want to be good, but
that means
that means no more bad guys. Us. Content adjustment rundown 2023. We need to adjust the content slightly, and it's not going to be a big difference, but what we learned when we talked to the TikTok brass is that when you do a live stream on TikTok, they have an auto censor program that we opted for.
How does it work?
This is how it works. If we bring up a topic that's against the TikTok rules, whether that's an image or whether we're talking about that topic, it's automatically blurred or bleeped out. And here's the really interesting thing about that too, is that rolls over to YouTube, it rolls over to Twitch, it rolls over to everything. So guys, what happens is the stream is basically, you can think of it, if it's put inside of a tube, the stream is gathered from the cameras and put into a tube. That tube goes straight to TikTok, and then from TikTok, that tube turns into multiple tubes that go to the other sites. So TikTok is filtering it before it gets everywhere else. So this is how it's gonna work from now on. So we wanted to test some common subjects that we like to talk about on the show, test them to see if the auto censor on TikTok picks it up, and if so, we'll know, and we won't talk about these subjects again.
But it's nice that they implemented this, so we won't get what they call a strike. We don't want to get struck after the fact. So I like the pre-strike censor. So let's check out our first thing, and
right.
Okay, so yeah,
so that one we can't talk about.
We thought
so we'll mark that one off.
We did load these up with potential. This is potential danger. So
we knew that might happen. So this one, gosh, I don't know how to sort of talk around.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get too detailed.
God, you know what sucks about this one is that
what's useful.
It's useful, but it's also, we bring this up almost every episode, so we might have to figure out how to reframe that.
It's hard, yeah. It's hard to even form a thought without thinking of this particular situation.
Yeah, that one's tough. That one's tough. All right, well, let's note that one off limits.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if the next one.
No? Okay, no.
So that one, not.
This was more of a, I thought it was more fun than censorable, but apparently it's censored. That's okay.
I wonder what rule that one broke, too, because under the list of rules, it was kind of, I can't see where that one would fit in. I mean, rule like 5.
Well, not only did we go here on Saturday,
right,
but we did it on Saturday as well.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of
confusing.
confusing.
I have the scars to prove it.
Yeah.
And the stains on my shirt.
But it was fun.
Okay, well, we'll write that down.
Cross that one. We're not allowed to talk about that. Okay, that's fine. We're nimble. We do this every week.
Yeah, and we can kind of reframe some of these topics to make them fit. So that's right. It's not the end of the world.
It's okay. There's plenty of stuff. Okay, well...
Okay, I figured that this one would get... This was kind of the one I threw in because I knew it would get censored just to make sure the censor worked.
Yeah.
But we won't talk about these guys. Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't even go that far. This group is certainly off limits to talk about, so we'll make sure not to bring them up and not to refer to these men. I mean... Good
riddance. And honestly, for the TikTok audience, this is a new audience, TikTok. They probably don't want to hear about this organization. Yeah. And so if we're not allowed to talk about them, that's fine. You know, it was kind of a bummer anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
so we're done with that. And I'm happy to be done with talking
about
them because they get me. They make me sick. So
let's see what else is censored here.
Good. Okay. All right, we got one that didn't get censored. Okay.
Nice.
So guys, underwater welding was not caught by the censor. If you want to start a career in underwater welding, I think it's a great career path. It pays well. You got to go through some sort of rigorous training for it. But it's a great career path, especially if you're a young person looking to do something out of school, right out of high school. You get fast-tracked right into that track. And guys, that'll be great. And this is awesome. They didn't censor that, so we can talk about this as much as we want. So maybe in the chat, Dana, run a poll. Would you do underwater welding?
Huh, yes.
So we can run that as much as we want. So we can talk about underwater welding. How's that feel, guys?
That's exciting.
Okay, so some of the topics are going to need to change, but some of them can stay the same.
Wow. And aren't
Ricardo
Huh?
Lopez Bjork fan. My life is like a video game.
Nice. 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 Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so look at this. Look at this. We're blinded by the chat, aren't we?
We're
Okay.
getting some interesting chatters on TikTok. Some
This is a
interesting
new
stuff going on there.
There's
It's
a
an
new
interesting,
era.
eclectic
Oh
crowd
yeah.
of
Join
individuals.
our Discord.
Very
dummies.
bizarre.
Join our Discord. There's an incredible 1,000 roamer strong community just boiling up. Artists.
Join the Discord.
They're incredible.
And chat us online. Join the Discord and chat us online. Join the Discord and chat us online.
Chat us online. That's right. And so we are still live on TikTok.
Now-
It's great to be here, and it's great to be on YouTube.
This
with our normal roamers.
next segment is gonna bore some of the TikTokers because I saw some of the TikTokers getting bored.
Uh-oh.
And I thought TikTok, you guys are gonna get bored very easy. Now, I would say here's a suggestion for somebody on a TikTok live. If you feel compelled to write a comment that says this is boring, what I would do if I was you, now I might be crazy. This might be insane. What I would do if I was you is I would just leave. I would leave the chat.
No.
I would leave and I wouldn't write the comment is what I'm saying. If I was
No.
compelled to say this is boring, I would have left before that. So kind of the joke's on you for having to type that out for me. So you did what I made
Absolutely
you do
not.
something and I'm in control and I'm in power of you and I have power over you. So
No, if they're bored, they should stay and say, hey, maybe it'll get interesting.
yeah, and okay, well that's good.
You want to go to the compromise.
Okay, so this segment for some of the people there that slacked off in school, maybe you guys dropped out, maybe you're not so interested in academics and science, maybe you're kind of slacking off really hardcore style. You might not like this one, but we wanted to get into this because at the end of the day, let's get some inspiring orchestral music playing. At the end of the day, Skeleton Realm Live is not just a fitness and travel podcast talk show. It's not a podcast. It's not just a fitness travel talk show. It's also a science talk show.
Yep.
We talk about science. We love science. We've made videos about science. We love science. We've made videos about science. We love science. We made videos about technology. We love technology. We've made videos about some of the amazing technology that we love. We love computers, space, technology, and some of the fast automobiles that have been coming out in recent years, as well as computers. So we wanted to talk about one of our favorite scientists of the 20th century, Rudolf Weissman, the famous discoverer of the Weissman Cube, an astronomer from Switzerland who found the Weissman Cube in the sky. He was the original first astronomer to spot it. If you don't know about that, you can go watch our video on that. But we wanted to talk about the legacy of Rudolf Weissman.
Oh yeah, Skelepedia is a good resource.
You can check Skelepedia for this too, but Rudolf Weissman's enduring legacy, Rudolf Weissman legacy discussion, the enduring legacy of Rudolf Weissman, scientists who came before him discussion on the shoulders of giants. So I named this On the Shoulders of Giants to talk about some of how Rudolf Weissman really came to be. Because when we think about these great modern scientists, they didn't pop out of thin air. They were standing on the shoulders of giants. If we look back over the history of science, we can see this long path of knowledge that goes on and on and on. It goes like a river winding through that gives us like a Rudolf Weissman that might discover the Weissman Cube. But before him, we have all sorts of mathematics and all of that too. So we wanted to go through our top science that inspire Rudolf. And we made a list to show him. And if you know scientists from this, let me know in the chat.
If you ever use a car, if you ever use a refrigerator, if you ever use a toaster, you ever use an oven.
Ever used a pair of socks? You might think Rudolf Weissman. Just kidding.
Yeah, not the socks, but basically everything in your house and everything that you pass on your commute to work and on your way home, you can thank him for that, but there's a lot.
So let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Right?
We'll go through this fairly quickly because we wanted to just brush on some of these, and this would make a great cut down, I think, for some of the science lovers.
Yes.
So first we've got Sir John Maxwell Rutherford, the one who started it all. He invented the PP equation. Now that's huge. That laid the groundwork for everything that Weissman came to later know and to later do, and who's after that? Sir William Smith is after that.
Yes.
Building on the foundations of the PP equation, he invented the number 3. So the number 3 became very important, as we'll find later on in some of these later scientists, but Sir William Smith did invent the number 3.
Yeah, but following him was James Wagner, which is...
This is where it gets interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So this is where the brains really expand. This is a particle motion expert, and he discovered float motion.
Float motion. So I was doing some reading on this. Float motion, as per Wikipedia and Skellypedia, float motion is a type of motion that is required in understanding... The understanding of it is required in understanding really a full picture of how we can come to know motion and how it would actually occur. So after that, we had Michael Sokolov, and he was really instrumental in vacuum pots. So when we talk about float motion, you say, what's the application of a float motion? Okay, that's an interesting theory, but how do we apply that to modern technology and to modern thinking, energy? And that really is where Michael came in, or Michael Sokolov with his vacuum pots. And after that, we had David Meyer, who actually took the vacuum pots and tubified them. And that's when we started to have tube spinning. So we had tube spinning coming after that.
Oh, after that is we have William Miller. You recognize him, probably one of the prize winners, liquid dynamics scholar, and he discovered the viscous principle. And that's huge for basically big. Everyday principles, right?
Right, and so when you have when you understand the viscous principle, you would understand sort of how fluids. So after that, we had Richard Moore, who coined the barnyard system and provided the Pig's paradox. He showed that the Pig's paradox was incorrect, and he proved it mathematically with his machines. And so that actually got it rolling all the way into Charles Hoffman, which is Baker's dilemma, and he has solved that equation. Charles Hoffman and so the Baker's dilemma famously was x equals 1 to show that the Baker's dilemma was actually proven wrong. So after that,
it was. Yeah. I thought he proved it.
Yeah.
What is it?
He put x equals 1 but that mainly was for Joseph Weber.
Yeah.
Who was the black hole drawer.
He drew
the first black hole with a pen, like a sketch.
It wasn't proved until years
you could actually draw it. Yeah. So then we had the Starman system, which was Thomas Meyer. Thomas Meyer. He did the Starman system, which just discovered light. Discovered light.
So thank your lucky bulbs on him, right?
Laying the groundwork for Igor Ivanov, which is space rain. We don't understand rain. If you're a climatologist, you understand climate studies and climate on Earth. You would understand about rain, but in space they have rain.
Yes.
And that was never actually known.
It's not made of water, of course.
Right. So Igor Ivanov. And so after that, we had Dmitry Kuznetsov, who did the Kuznetsov's comet, which was the first wet comet. And a lot of times a comet would be dry.
Yeah.
So we had a wet one finally come through, and it's, of course, that he, so then...
I remember him.
Yeah, that was good. But then after that, it was Roman Smirnov, who studied fluid nuclear spin dynamics, and proved that reverse spin attraction within nuclear preon and styons have mass greater than 0.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
And that might sound huge alone, but really where that led to is what really makes it huge, which was Boris Popov, who discovered hair. So and that sounds silly, right? Like TikTokers who are yawning and leaving. Yawn, this is boring. TikTokers. Hair, of course we know what hair is, right? But this was the discovered hair. So he made hair real scientifically.
Right. It
wasn't different from knowing that something exists. If we can prove that it exists and we show it, then that's different. So it's not silly. And so, but
it made the model.
If you didn't discover hair, you wouldn't be able to really have someone like Yuri Petrov, which would be the next, who would understand space. He understood space. He's just an understander of space.
That was foundational to...
Of course, understanding space, then you start equating it. So Vadim Semenov, this is groundbreaking. X equals 99b plus 828y, derivative 43, function of g equals the square root 43.4 repeating times pi. Boom! 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 Okay, so you're saying, all right, why do we need to do more signs after that? That pretty much closes the book. That unifies everything. Okay, what do we do with that? Well, here comes Alexei Vasiliev. Pain paradox. Completely proven right.
I heard of
There
this.
is no pain. So we've learned that there's no pain, and that's the pain paradox proven right. Oh, gosh.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Keep it going.
shit.
So after that, we had Nikolai Kozlov, which is a speed of light lover. Next. Okay. Nikolai Kozlov was speed of light lover. We've heard about speed. Oh, okay, it went out anyway. That's okay. Okay, we talk about the speed of light. We talk about Einstein and some of the speed of light styles and some of the speed of light inventions. Speed of light lovers don't get enough credit. He's a lover of the speed of light. Sam, when do you go Goober Binker says, boom! I gotta be careful reading the TikTokers' names because I feel that TikTokers are mischievous.
They're crazy.
TikTokers are like Joe Rogan DMT elves is what a TikToker is, where a YouTube is more like a nature spirit.
Let's wrap this up because now we're kind of getting back in my territory. This is what a lot of people derisively called and lovingly called pop science. But this guy,
this is cool.
You recognize him. He's the pasta chef turned wormhole modeling expert. So Sergey Mikhailov.
Yes.
You'll see him on his TV probably when you're growing up. You're a '90s kid, right? Aren't you a '90s kid?
So but it's crazy because he wasn't just pop science too. He had some great theorems, which was the spaghetti hole theorem, because he was a pasta chef turned wormhole modeling expert. So he used to look at a spaghetti noodle and see it as a wormhole, and he had a spaghetti hole.
Oh.
And he created a spaghetti hole. But we would never have gotten to where we are with Ivan Sokolov, which was the children's birthday clown paradox. Children's birthday clown paradox. And I think that's it, right?
Yeah. And that's a thought experiment you probably heard at a house party. One smart guy brings it up.
And of course, Weissman came after this. So Weissman would have been the last one.
And then we're back
to...
and
then, wait, no, that's... Oh, I didn't have it.
Okay, so... there's giant... Shoulders of giants.
Keep going.
How many shoulders?
Okay, so that was it. Okay, guys.
Nice.
Don't worry about that camera. Stop worrying about it. I know you're so worried. Can we get a don't worry about the camera in the chat for Sam?
I wasn't. I just...
Okay.
I don't care.
It's just a reflex. He's more comfortable this way, guys. If you're worried about Big Ref, don't be. Because Big Ref told me before the show that he's just more comfortable that way. And we respect Big Ref. We respect the way that Big Ref wants... What is that? What is that? Go to the bars. Go to the bars. Go to the color bars. Go to the color bars. Go to color bars. Oh my God, what did you do? Go to color bars. They're going to get us banned. You can't do that on TikTok. Oh my God, just leave him. All right, guys, don't report it. I know that was, some might consider that nasty. I totally lost my train of thought.
Well, listen to the music and follow your heart and the beat of your heart.
Oh, listen to the music. Okay, let's move along.
Fine.
Well, that works. Big Ref's staying up. He's missing an arm, but we'll get to that later. Guys, Big Ref is very flexible, so this does not hurt him, and he has no issue with reattaching. He has a we say that he has a reattachment swagger, so no big deal. All right, so some of the TikTokers and some of the non-scientific folks out there, you might have been yawning, you might have been dozing off during that last segment, but we had something for you. We want to talk about something more topical for the teens and the Zoomers. To talk about something cool that might be more up your alley. Oh, God.
Yeah, classic.
Classic style where we're messing it up. Classic style where... We're messing it up. We're messing it up. We're messing it up. Did we get it?
Probably not. Oh, okay.
Awesome. Okay, so we wanted to talk about the new men's fashion for the summer. Now, it's incredible this year. Every year, I get an email. Now, some of you TikTokers, I keep really dragging the TikTokers. I don't want to drag the TikTokers. You guys are awesome. Cody says, when are the Chrome Dinosaurs 2023 releasing? How do I get more screens to watch this show more at once, Doug? You buy more screens, you get more screen, get more devices. Not rocket science. Goober Binker, boom! Groovy Dude Design, I am watching this on 3 screens and it's not enough. Okay. Every year I get an email from the fashion committee and they tell me the new trends of the year. Now, if you're young, if you're a Zoomer, you might not know about that. Some of us older, more seasoned people, we know about some of the fashion. That's why we're so much more fashionable than you. But I get an email every year about the new fashion for the summer. Sam got it too, and we were blown away. We said the new men's fashion for the summer this year is out of control, and some of the choices that they've got going for the summer season for the man's body is blowing me away. How about you?
It's incredible. I'm wearing a shirt that I got out of the closet earlier, but I couldn't put on any of these looks because
It's not summer yet.
they're too new.
It's not summer yet.
Right.
And if you're putting this on in the spring, you're not doing it right. So I'm not wearing any swag. I am wearing a Skelly swag because I'm always fashionable, but I haven't put on any summer swag yet because I'm waiting for that summer season to let it pop. You don't want to get caught by the fashion police wearing some of these incredible flavors at the season. So we broke it down into 4 different cool swags that we saw in the email that we thought would be pretty cool. So what's first?
Well, first up is, I know you like this one.
Plastic styled legs. This one got me so excited this year. Now, I have been thinking about rocking this kind of swagger in years past, but I've never actually kind of had the cojones to do it.
Word detected.
But now that it's official summer style for the 2023 summer season, I think I'm finally going to rock the plastic legs. Now, a lot of people, when I tell them about plastic legs, I say, I'm going to be rocking the plastic legs this year. They go, what? So I explain what it is. It's plastic all over your legs. And they go, okay, how are you walking around without having that blow away in the summer breeze? Summer breeze blows the plastic legs away.
Yes.
You know that song?
Yes.
So I say it's simple. We use a duct tape swagger underneath the plastic and we tape it to the legs. You could use wet tape, you could use electrical tape or duct tape or scotch tape, but you tape it on and it doesn't go anywhere, guys, unless you're sweating. If you're sweating a lot, you might want to think about using some super glue or something that's going to get underneath the sweat. But for me, this is going to be my main pick. I think that's all I got to say about that.
Off the bat? Well,
right off the bat.
My preference is the classic orbulated spike mitts, and these go on your hands.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not shoulder armor. This guy's displaying them as that.
Right.
But these go on your hands, and they're fun for more of like an outdoor situation. That's why they make great summer garb, isn't it?
When I try to pitch this and sell this to somebody who's trying, maybe a guy who's not so fashionable, is trying to be fashionable, I say, do these things. A lot of times this year I've been telling people, get the orbulated spike mitts. It's a good entry-level fashion. And they go, okay, I don't get it. I'm gonna lose the ability to use my fingers. And I say, it's not about, so I don't go the way, a lot of slick salesmen, snake oil style, would try to make a case for how this might be useful. Oh, you could do this with it. You could do that with it. You can't. It is a hindrance. It does not help.
No.
In your day-to-day life, this sucks. Now, wearing these sucks, but it looks cool.
Yeah, and what's more embarrassing than, maybe you can't pick up your Skeleton Realm soda tube. What's more embarrassing than that is when you see the older generation, particularly what generation is really bad about this? The silent generation.
Yeah.
They cut a thumb hole in these.
Oh, yeah.
And you see them walking around wearing the orbulated spike mitts with their thumbs sticking out just for a little ease of access so they can operate their car they're driving around at a very elderly age.
And that's sad to see, and we don't like to see our elders doing that, and it makes me sad to see that.
It's also just a fashion faux pas.
Right, and a lot of people would say, gosh, you should not promote an elderly to be wearing those. Those are dangerous. Those are spiked, but the spikes are gorbulated. They're spongy, and so I don't call mine spikes, I call mine ticklers.
Yeah.
Because I can go up to someone in public at the grocery store, I got their earbuds in, I go, like this, and it'll tickle. They'll tickle, and they go, oh my God, is that an orbulated spike tickler? Oh my God, I go, yeah, that's me. And I'm the only one in town that wears. So they know it's me. So they are ticklish. Connor McLaren for $4.99 on YouTube Super Chat says, pro tip, if you are out of plastic for your plastic leg get up, use the electrical tape as a replacement. Someone from Balenciaga said so. I agree. That's good advice. Balenciaga, a great fashion brand. All you gotta do is applaud that one.
All right.
I can't. Some of these names are hard to read. Guillermo is very cool. Excuse me, Guillermo's very cool. Oops, I thought you were over here tugging on my.
Really?
Guillermo's very cool. All right, now I lost. No, he says keep the silent generation out of your mouth. Bofa D's, buy the TikTok eyeball mod. Amanda Beck, orbulated garb. Ricardo Lopez, Bjork fan. Buy me more TV products! You know what's cool about these two is they like to say, you know, X or blank is not just for blank anymore.
Yes.
Orbulated spiked mitts are not just for hands anymore.
Why?
Well, I'm just saying that. You could put them on your feet or anywhere. You could put it on your head. So what's next?
After that?
This is huge. Bicycle t-shirts are back. Now, these went out for a long time. You might see a picture of your parents, if you're a Zoomer, maybe your grandparents, back in the day, we're rocking the bicycle t-shirts down at the boardwalk, maybe getting a chili dog at the Tasty Freeze, as we like to say from a classic rock and roll song.
Yeah.
Maybe doing activities such as that, activities with a vinyl record, such as an activity of a poodle dance swagger and a greaser look with a slick back hair and a 50s rolled up cuffs. With a swag like that, you might see an individual with a bicycle t-shirt and an old photo, the original graphic tee. They were gone though. These things, if you would have caught me wearing these a couple years ago, you wouldn't catch me dead wearing one.
No, I actually have a bit of a rough relationship with these because in middle school I wore my dad's to school.
Oh my God, but you got made fun of.
It was down to my ankles, and they cinched it up like a sack, and they swung me around like I was in the side of a potato sack, hit me against every locker in the school, and it just stunk.
They
but
called
now
you the bicycle t-shirt freak.
Now I can say that I knew it was cool before they did, and I'm now laughing. It is me who's laughing.
Well,
at
hey,
them.
we know fashion is cyclical, so I would have, I guess it's not that crazy. The bicycle t-shirts are back, so you might see some of your local friends and enemies wearing a bicycle t-shirt, and that might be fun to see your friends and enemies wearing a bicycle t-shirt.
Full circle like a bicycle's tire.
Ah! Dana, in the chat, maybe run a poll that says, would you rock a bicycle t-shirt swag?
Yes. Wow, isn't this fun being on so many platforms and enjoying so much?
So much to read, it's hard to do the show. What's after that?
Well, after that, in terms of fashion, in terms of this summer's fashion, Doug, yeah.
Tiny dolls, a.k.a. pocket accessories. Now, we talk about garments a lot. When we talk about fashion, we talk about pants, we talk about plastic wrapping the legs, we talk about bicycle t-shirts, but guys, accessories are often not mentioned, and I was really happy to see this year that the fashion committee included accessories. So you put these in your pocket, you can put them in your shoes, and what I think is really cool is, now I've heard of having a doll, a pocket doll.
We have a few of those right over there.
We do, and I've heard of having them before, and I have utilized this swag. I have put in my pocket. This is great, but then they like to say, the TikTok Zoomers might say, Riz. Got Riz. You go up to somebody at the club and pull that out. Mean? That's a charisma. It's like,
oh, look, the one Twitcher has talked.
Oh, the Twitcher talked.
I feel like this is a fun prank, a little trickery.
Gig tester. Okay, this is the Riz. Okay, you pull one of these out of the pocket, you say, what's up? And you just show them a doll. Tiny doll. And they go. And that works on anybody. Anybody. You can Riz up anybody. That's just classic charisma style. So, but what I thought was really cool is how small they've gotten. Look how small that smallest one is. They got small, so might want to be careful not to lose it. You might want to make a special pouch pocket. You could have an upholsterer, or not an upholsterer, a seamstress or a seamster, a seamer. You could have a seamer put in a small pouch inside of the pocket of your jeans, just for your dolls. U4533323 says, what's up, Big Rap? Amanda Beck says, Riz! Gucci milk. This reminds me of Gorb. Hank's art. It would work on me. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, we are yummy, 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 having fun. We are yum, 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 yum. We are yummy, 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 yum. So I think that's all the fashion we want to go through.
That's right. That's a summer I'm looking forward to.
Summer swagger, let's go. Let me just plug the soda tube one more time. Guys, the temperature of that soda, I would say not only did it not get warmer, not only has it not even stayed the same, guys, it's colder than when the show started. And we've been doing this, it's about an hour. This has been sitting in here for an hour and it's colder. It's almost like there's a spring ball infinite energy inside of it. Charging it with Freons. Maybe we could talk to Cromer about that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, but
Not with us.
Oh gosh. So I wanted to say, if you're on the TikTok or if you're new, there's a lot of ways to support us. You can buy this, but also you can go on our Patreon and you can subscribe to us for $5 a month. And after the show tonight and every Wednesday, we do another hour. That's a podcast style, more laid back. We just kind of chat. You can call in if you're at the $10 level, and we just hang out with the Realmers and just have a fun hour to sort of decompress from the show. We discuss the show and we talk about next week, and we talk about our daily lives. Anyway, to honor some of our paters, to honor some of our supporters, to honor some of our merch buyers, to honor some of our YouTube super chatters, to honor some of our TikTok rose givers, to honor some of this support that we're getting from the community, we wanted to talk about full supporter transparency. And in doing that, we wanted to be completely transparent with how we're spending your money, to show exactly what our finances are, and to show you why now more than ever we need that support. So I said, screw it. I thought about what we could do for this. I thought, well, what can we do? We could just tell them, we could do a rundown. Guys, I went straight into our bank account online, we use online banking, and I screenshotted that page, and we're just gonna throw up the bank statement and show you exactly a breakdown of our bank statement to show you full transparency, how the money's spent.
We have nothing to hide. Let's throw it up.
Nothing to hide. Let's throw it up. So we'll go through it line by line to show you guys exactly what we're dealing with and to help you understand why we do need your support. Now, before some of the TikTokers get excited here, or even the YouTubers, some of the Realmers, guys, that number on the right, all the way to the right, that available balance, that is a negative. That is not a positive, as you can see by the negative symbol. Some people look at this like, oh my God, you've got 24 million. No, it's negative.
Yeah.
So we are in the negative, but I'm not so pessimistic about that. What are you moving it for?
I'm just trying to get it nice.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not so pessimistic about that number because I know that some of the supporters, guys, you can get that number up for us, and we're so excited about receiving some of that money from you. So let's go. First of all, the 3 processing right now that haven't quite hit yet. The Orbsman purchase. Now that's $12,456.44 from Orbsman.
Yeah.
That's what we get weekly for our orb supply. We need the orbs for the show. You don't see them on stream.
It's the orb kit that we
But
get.
also what's included is that if you saw the stream where Sam gave me a very beautiful birthday orb, he is making payments on that, and that is included now. So that was only about $10,000, but we've added on another $2,000 to make the payments. That's over 30 years. They gave us a really good rate. It's only 15% interest on that, and that's not bad at all over 30 years. So we're going to be paying that one off. So that's what that is, and that kind of goes without saying. So what's next, Sam?
Oh, after that is the fuck energy. That's the
fucker energy. That's we need that. So, guys, I said there was a proprietary soda in my cup tonight, and I guess I just gave it away, guys. We are now purchasing fucker energy to use and to get pumped up during the show. No longer using some of those other brands that we won't mention or talk about. We are drinking fucker, and yeah, and it's yummy, but it's expensive. That is a weekly supply. That number there at $234,949.94. That's a weekly supply, so that's not so bad. That'll get us through the week, and that's not so bad.
No.
I think it's a good deal, and I got a rate from one of their reps.
Exactly.
That would be $500,000 about if we would have gone straight through the marketplace with that.
I know, and in buying bulk, it's just one of the perks.
It's cheaper.
It's one of the bulk perks. But after that is...
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
XXX fans.
A bit of a less small, but...
Well,
fans.
We can move on from that because 560 is really not a whole lot. But after that, we had DD's Pizza.
But that is 8484. Because I pay for the orb
I
kit.
think that was probably something that you bought, actually.
No, I pay for the orb kit. 3454. You pay for the fucker energy subscription.
No.
And there's your
Well, yeah, but
card.
that's probably you might
I don't have your card because it says my name on it.
You probably used my
No,
card.
I don't have it.
You probably used my
What is
card.
the
No, that doesn't. And look, it's only $560. That's in the greater scheme, but I don't mind if you're spending $560 on something. It's not a big deal, but
is it fans?
It wasn't me.
What is it what does it mean?
That could be a lot. I mean, we buy a lot.
You don't remember?
That could
Do you
be,
think it's
that's probably office supplies or something. from Amazon.
No, I think there's if this could be identity theft, we should probably figure it out.
Oh, well, I wouldn't. No, listen.
I'll cancel it.
No, I'll take care of it. Just don't worry.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and I don't mind if you're spending that amount on, and you could use my card. Sam uses my card.
No, I swear if that's not you, and that's not me.
And I let you borrow my
I
card.
think we should stop the stream and call Bank of America.
No, don't worry.
Let's call the bank.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry.
This is not good.
Don't worry. Can we just move on? That's not even that much money, to be honest.
Yeah, but they're probably leeching it, hoping we don't notice.
Dude, just don't worry about it, okay? Can we move on? So we got DD's Pizza. That's a really good pizza place here in Atlanta, and that was $345,490. And again, this is a weekly rate. We're getting pizzas delivered every day to the studio because we do come here and we work all day, and so we need a lot of pizza, and we have a whole crew, and we've got all the guests that we need to feed. So, like, I think if we went and we just bought that from, like, you know, one of the big, like, delivery services, that would be probably triple that. So we're getting a really good deal on that. And then there's some money that we got after that, which is MeMoreTV payroll. They finally stepped their game up, and MeMoreTV has been actually paying us finally. Our contract said that we wouldn't be paid until the 800th episode, but we worked a little bit in there, and we said, hey, guys, please. We basically had to get on our knees and beg, but finally we're getting a bi-monthly, or once every 2 months. I don't know what you'd call that. Or maybe is it 4 times? It's every quarter.
It's intermonthly, I think it's called.
Intermonthly. It's either once every 2 months or once every 4 months. We do get a payment from them, so that's what that is, and that helps a lot, guys. So that's big. But after that, we've talked about this before, and this is big. The Patreon is still bleeding us pretty big. That's probably our biggest expense.
Yeah.
And that is for the week as well. It's $843,902.13. Now, guys, if you sign up for the Patreon, we will start to whittle that away. I know that we'll start to whittle that away. And if we can get rid of that Patreon bill, then we could really start going. We could really start going and chipping away at that debt. And that's all I gotta say. And I don't want to beg you guys to sign up, but
I just want to know how much is that?
See, underneath you can see the Patreon. So the Patreon is 620. So see,
nice.
there's a gap there, but that's not bad. We're getting up to that 800. I think at the rate we're going, we might hit that 800 grand. We could hit it maybe this year. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I wonder how many haters that's distributed amongst.
I think it's millions.
Okay.
I think it's millions across the country.
So it's kind of a small price to pay.
Oh yeah, because each one is only paying a couple cents, you know.
Yeah.
And then of course we do monetize the YouTube channel with our tremendous view counts and all of that. So we did get paid by them.
How many? What is that? One.
Oh, that's 1,
so
2, 3, 4.
We have a 10th, a 100th, a 1,000th, a millionth.
If any roamers are good at math, maybe we could figure out what that.
Or not
what
math,
fraction.
but just decimals.
Yeah, just yeah.
So that's fraction of a penny. But also, what isn't? We haven't. So what's not on this statement is our TikTok payment. Isn't that right? So we're looking forward to that. It's probably going to be similar to that Google payment.
We might get a couple cents from that.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I'm very concerned about the that entry up there that you claimed is identity theft. So we should wrap this up so we can get. I need to call and cancel that soon. But that's called full transparency. All right.
Piss fart. Okay.
Piss fart?
What percentage is going to prisms and other underrepresented 3D shapes? We are really only concerned with the orb here, and that's because we are big fans of the Orbsman brand, and we don't mess around with other shapes. So, thank you for asking, Piss Fart. U453323. I've been subbed to the Patreon for months and still haven't received my Storms gift card. And that was never promised to you, and we do not give out Storms gift cards, so you must be very confused. So guys, this is kind of big, and this actually might help us on the financial side of things.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yard Wars. Posted without comment. Yard Wars. Yeah, let's get that better. Guys, we've got a show pilot in the works, a deal, and it really is basically, I'm considering it a greenlit series at this point because we're already starting the series, and so if they don't decide to air it, then I don't think they're gonna not decide to air it. We're gonna say that this is gonna be aired.
Most shows get aired.
Most shows that have a pilot get aired. Almost 99.9% of pilots go to full series, and so this is no different. Guys, MeMoreTV finally is gonna hook us up with our own television shows, so play on Triple Play Classic, and we got together and brainstormed. This was probably our 100th pitch to them finally we threw one at him that landed. Yard Wars. So the premise of this, guys, is Sam and I take a section of our yard that's a little overgrown, which we have here now. Let's pull them up. So we pull up a section of our yard here. We pull out a section there. And what we're going to do now over the next 6 weeks is we are going to renovate this section of our yard, make it look slick, make it look tight, make it look pretty, make it look yummy, and do some little tips and tricks and styles to it. Put on our construction gear and get going and make this thing brand spanking new. You won't even recognize these sections anymore. And that's not all. At the end of the 6 weeks, we're going to have a judge who we haven't decided yet. Maybe Judge Faster might be kind of cool.
I think we're a little too friendly with him for for some fair thing. It's good when we're trying to get you.
Maybe we'll have the Realmers judge it, but we're going to judge who had the better renovation on their patch, and then that'll be who wins, and that's the show.
So we're going to show it off next week. A lot of people look at this and say, oh, that old dirty hunk of dirt and grass, that's boring, and I see these all the time. Well, that's the point. We're going to show you how awesome these can be. So it's kind of like fashion, but for the yard. So it's kind of like...
That's a great way to put that.
But we're fighting. So it's like fight fashion, yard-centric fight fashion. So it's yard-centric fight fashion for your home on TV, on MeMoreTV, Triple Black Glass.
Imagine having a swagged-out yard.
All right.
And so we wanted to get into that. Let's leave those up there for the ref to enjoy. Now he's got his own little yard scene.
Damn, that looks so cool.
That looks so cool with the skellies in the back. Look at that peeking through. Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh. Now he's
not
sliding.
spinning. We can stop
Let's
him.
just turn him off. Turn it off.
Okay.
Turn it off.
Yes,
Pardon me. Sorry.
Okay, he's off. Get those skellies.
Oh, look at this gorb that came out of mine. Yuck. What is that?
Oh my God, it's a gourd ball.
Oh, it's just an acorn.
Might be an old Civil War musket ball. I just set that on top of the big ref. Oh my God.
Mine got dirty. Okay. Well, so look forward to that next week when we remember to do a follow-up.
Yeah, okay. So
There's bugs.
after this, we will be going to another hour on the Patreon, guys. So if you're not subscribed to the Patreon and you want to hang out for an hour on YouTube, you can hang with it and get $5 a month or more, and you can enjoy that. But one more thing we wanted to get into, and speaking of the Patreon, this is kind of a finances episode, isn't it? We're talking about our finances a lot in this one.
It's good for TikTok because when I'm on TikTok, I see a lot of people giving advice, and they say,
great advice.
There's a few tricks that are simple and easy to learn and underutilized. So it's more for me. That's the idea.
Yeah. So we wanted to do a buyer's guide. Now I remember it was like episode 6 or something. We did a buyer's guide. But it was a little different. This time we want to look at more, or it was a product review. We did a product review segment where I was going to go through all the different products on Amazon and pick them at random and review them and kind of do a product review show. It ultimately didn't pan out.
We're going to do that every week.
That's right. I didn't get the funding that I wanted to do that, so we didn't end up doing that. But I wanted to do something a little different now, which is a this or that. So what it is I'm looking at two very similar products on the market that essentially are the same thing. They're very similar in how they are and the essence of the product and the paint and what it is. And then tell you which one is good and tell you which one's better. Tell you which one's better than the other.
It's a guide. It's a buyer's guide?
Yeah, ever heard of a guide?
Yes.
That's what it is. Oh!
All right, so this is some useful information.
Yeah.
Let's get into it, huh?
So let's get into it. So first off the bat, gas bill or Skeleton Realm Patreon. Now, gas bill and Skeleton Realm Patreon, what do those two things have in common? Well, the gas bill keeps you warm in the winter.
Yeah.
So does Skeleton Realm Patreon. The gas bill, the gas in your home is used for cooking.
Right.
If you have a gas range. Same thing with Skeleton Realm Patreon. Gas is used for hot water heater for hot water. Same thing with Skeleton Realm Patreon. So it's a tough decision. Now, similar price. Actually, not a similar price. One's much cheaper than the other. Skeleton Realm Patreon, much cheaper than the gas bill usually, which did kind of go into the decision-making process somewhat because very similar product, very different price, and I don't see the point in paying all that money for the gas bill. So, ultimately we decided, next slide, Skeleton Realm Patreon. We're going to go ahead and say that's a better buy in this scenario. And listen, if you're really like a gas freak, if you're a gasaholic and you love gas, just go to the gas station and get gas. And you can buy gas at once. You can keep it in a cup or a container in your house all year, and you don't have to keep re-upping a bill that, frankly, I don't even know what they're charging. I'm paying $100 for this air.
Yeah.
Just go outside and get air, because it's not even gas.
Have you ever smelled this stuff?
I can't. Yeah.
It stinks.
Yeah. It
Can't stand
stinks.
it.
So you want stinky in your pipe?
And not to mention, you mentioned how gas is sometimes used for cooking. I have an electric stove, so I don't do that. But imagine, how many times have we done recipes and cooking episodes on this show? At least twice.
1,000,
so
yeah.
That's enough to feed you for years, probably. So it's an easy, it's a no-brainer.
Just buy your food just Uber Eats.
Yeah, exactly.
So next, head-to-head is the water bill in Skeleton Realm Patreon. Now, similar to the gas bill, but now we're talking about wet water. Now, here's something that gets me every time I'm paying the water bill. What happens when it rains?
Wet.
Wet water from the sky. Now, and they want me to pay for it in a pipe when it's coming from the sky. Also, they got water in a water bottle or a water jug at the store, so you can get it that way. Last time I checked, Skeleton Realm Patreon doesn't fall from the sky.
Right.
You can't buy Skeleton Realm Patreon in a bottle. Vicanuma for $5 says, needed to let you know that Quart wants to have intimate relations with Cromer. Stay safe. Okay.
He's a handsome guy.
Cromer's a handsome guy, but he is married to Toit. He has a wife, so.
He has millions or thousands of kids or something.
He's a one-woman man. But anyway, yeah, you can't get Skeleton Realm Patreon at the grocery store. You can't. It doesn't fall from the sky. And again, price difference in this is massive. Water bill, in the certain months we're paying multiple hundreds of dollars. And for Skeleton Realm Patreon, $5 a month. It's nothing. So
and not to mention, our TikTok audience probably remembers this viral truth of ours that water is gross. So the decision was easy.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I was kind of seeing this through the lens of somebody who might not share that ethos, that philosophy.
No, well, they can go eat shit.
First word
fuck
detected.
off. Pardon me. Sorry.
So we chose the Skeleton Realm Patreon. Now, what's the next one?
Well, after that is rent.
Rent. Now, going along with the water and the gas, rent is sort of similar. What I call the rent, and you can see it, you can phrase it this way, it's just a shelter bill.
Yeah.
And what I say is, okay, shelter bill. Why would I pay for shelter when the earth provides? Now, we're talking about there's food that just grows out the ground.
Yeah.
And there's wild animals with good meat. You can start a fire, a shelter bill. So let me get this straight. I'm paying a bill to a landlord to have shelter when there's perfectly good wood in the woods that I could saw into and I could put into a plank and create a shelter. Guys, this is so easy.
And not to mention, there's a lot of overhangs that don't even require construction that you're describing. There's caverns, caves, and there's even passing animals that if you get on your hands and knees, you can rest under the deer, the moose, very tall enough for you.
Right. I'd say don't do the shelter, don't do the rent, maybe get the Wi-Fi. Try a Wi-Fi, try a mobile plan, and get a cave. And then that other money, Skeleton Realm Patreon. So this one's easy too. Also, this is a no-brainer with the cost. $5 a month versus, in some of these big cities, there's like a $3,000 a month rent for a squeezed little Brooklyn apartment. Now that's that's laughable. For $5 a month, you're going to Skeleton Realm Patreon, easy.
Exactly. So here's some.
And we had one more I just wanted to get through, and then we'll be done, and we'll do the T-shirt poll. We'll read whatever super chats we left out. So medications. A lot of people take medications. You might be taking medications because if you don't take it, you'll die. And I would say that's tough. But at the end of the day, I would say go for the Skeleton Realm Patreon. This is a tough sell. And it was tough for me because I had to think about this because I do take a lot of medications. And I thought, gosh, I do need those. And I would also, not just medications, I would include multivitamins into this. Supplements, vitamin supplements you might take. Anything that keeps your body healthy and well.
Food. I would extend that to
include food.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people say you're crazy. No. And this is why. Skeleton Realm Patreon. You don't know this until you sign up for the Patreon, but I've heard this from Paters and I've heard it from myself because I've told myself this. I don't need to eat when I watch the Paters Pod. When I watch the Paters Pod and I look at some of that exclusive content, I don't need to eat. And I've gone 100,000 days with no food and no water just from viewing the Skeleton Realm Patreon. So you don't need medication or food or vitamins or anything like that to keep your body going. You can just do the Patreon. Boom!
Boom. So here's the sound of... There it is.
What
Great.
is that?
That was just, that means correct.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, guys, so we're going to go to the T-shirt poll, then we're going to go into the Paters podcast.
So, let's do it.
Goober Binker says SR Patreon should be a universal right. I would agree with that if it was tax funded, that'd be nice.
All right, Doug, there's something special about this T-shirt poll. Isn't it the last one?
This is the last T-shirt poll. Now, Dana, get your fingertips ready on that keyboard to run this one and say Yard Wars versus Bike Shirt. This is the last T-shirt poll, guys, because we're doing it for the full year. Next week is our year anniversary of doing the show. We started the show in April of 2022, and now it's April 2023. This will be episode 52. There's 52 weeks in a year. Some of these realmers who are good with math and calendar keeping might know that already. But we're going to do a final battle of all the graphics of the entire year-long show next week. So you don't want to miss that. We're going to choose the greatest graphic of the year. We're going to do that every year. So we're almost done with the year, but this week we need to decide. And there's Modal. I forgot, we named him Modal. Mr. Modal here, our model Modal. So Yard Wars versus Bike Shirt. I kind of have my pick.
What is it?
I'm saying Yard Wars.
Oh, I'm
a
going
Yard Wars fanatic.
If I could choose, which I can't, I would say bicycle T-shirts because of my experience with those. And just to toss that on a shirt is a nice nod to history, my heritage, and my experience.
What I thought was just doing a bike on the shirt and just letting that one ride, just a bike. That's it. But I didn't. That's not what the contest is. The end of the year contest is really over the graphics themselves, not necessarily the shirt.
Well, while we're voting, let's go ahead and remind them about the CDs, and let's go ahead and approve the CDs. Let's give it the seal of approval.
So we wanted to do the seal of approval on the CDs. We have the box of CDs. We have a special Skelly stamp that we've had for years.
Yeah, would you grab that box? Can you reach it?
Oh, here it is.
Let's show the limited number of these.
Yeah, this just to prove this is the whole box of CDs here.
So you can see that.
That's all of them.
That's all.
So there should be really 18 in there. I took one. Sam took one.
And then there's one for display that is being sold. So what we're going to do here is, this is what we used to do. We used to be a record label, but here we are doing it again. Let's get an up top view. And let's give it this. Let's put it on the table so we can really smack it. This is the limited edition.
Smack that sucker. Show it. Look at that. Oh!
Oh, okay. Well, let's do it on the side.
Okay,
here.
do it on the side.
No, flip it on.
Oh, they're gonna. Okay.
Yeah, no tape though. All right, here we go.
Try it. See if it'll work this time. Stamp that sucker. Stamp that sucker.
Beautiful,
Oh.
beautiful.
Not quite, but we almost had it. But we're getting it working. But we have a great stamp.
Look at that. It recognizes the face. So we love stamping and approving. That didn't go well.
We did already sell one. We already sold one of these, which was pretty epic.
Okay, that's
Somebody
good.
bought one the second I did it live, and I'm going and mailing these out by hand.
There's only 18.
Special. Only 18 left.
So
Boom.
Yard Wars versus
All right, let's
bicycle
end that
T-shirt.
poll. We'll end the poll. And we say Yard Wars is the winner.
Wow.
So Yard Wars, of course, like we love, and I'll put that shirt up, and then next week we're going to do the final vote. So we are loving that. We love that everybody joined us tonight. If there's any more Super Chats, I think I missed one.
It just says Super Chat.
Oh, it just says Super Chat. Includes your user. Up Moon says it's my mom's birthday on Friday. Could she get a little birthday shout out from you guys right now, please? Thanks. We want to give a shout out to Moon's mom, Mother of Moon. We call her Mother of Moon. Happy birthday.
Can't imagine my life without her. Can you imagine your life without her?
I can't imagine my life without Moon's mother.
That's correct. Well, I guess
Friday swagger.
It's time for you and I.
Birthday.
It's time for you and I to just shoot the crap and hang out for another hour for the Pater style Patreon only. So we're going to do that. And just in time as our TikTok viewership plummets as if they knew and their tummies were rumbling. But look at
have some TikTokers. We have and Amanda Beck says, please press vinyl. We could do vinyl. We have the capability of doing vinyl. It's just very expensive, but maybe one day. But not these. These are always going to only be 20 of these. That's why they're so epic. So if you buy one of these, you'll be one of 20 owners, and that's crazy. And that's going to be worth a lot on eBay in a few years.
All right. Well, you ready, Doug?
Is that it? Are we going to Pater's Pod already?
I think so. It's been almost a 1.5 hour.
We had a long one this week. Guys, thanks for joining us. Join us next week for the year anniversary, episode 52, Wednesday at 8, next Wednesday. We had a really fun time, and we can't wait to see everybody on Peter's Pod to enjoy another hour of just hanging out and having fun. And we'll see you next week. Cheers!